25 historical curiosities you didn't know in 5 minutes. In ancient Egypt, workers building the tomb of Ramses III staged the first recorded strike, protesting food payment delays. They dropped their tools and marched until their demands were met, showcasing the power of organized labor in ancient times. In 1925, control over a stray dog sparked tensions between Greece and Bulgaria, resulting in the brief Stray Dog War. When the dog accidentally crossed the border, both countries responded militarily, causing dozens of casualties. Russia sold Alaska to the United States in 1867 for $7.2 million, about 2 cents per acre. They considered it a hostile, low-value territory, never imagining the natural resources that would eventually be discovered there. In 1513, the Peary race map showed Antarctica with surprising accuracy, even ice-free. Scientists still debate how he had such knowledge of an unknown and glacier-covered continent. In 1960, Chile experienced the strongest recorded earthquake, lasting over 10 minutes. With a magnitude of 9.5, it caused national devastation and even a tsunami that reached Japan's coasts. Catherine the Great of Russia introduced forks to the Russian court, preventing diseases caused by eating with hands. Although initially rejected, the utensils eventually became symbols of civilization. King Gustav III of Sweden performed a strange ceremony in 1771 by symbolically eating a replica of his crown made of bread. This act represented his commitment to the people and amazed his subjects. During atomic tests in Nevada in the 1950s, scientists used pigeons to measure radiation. The birds, sensitive to nuclear particles, helped determine contamination levels in the surrounding areas. In 1748, the ship Octavius was found adrift in the Arctic. The entire crew was frozen at their posts, as if a sudden chill had killed them mid-task, turning it into a maritime legend. In 1808, 2 French gentlemen resolved their dispute from hot air balloons. During the duel, one balloon was shot down, crashing to the ground, marking an unusual end to a fight of honor. Pope Pius V, besides being a spiritual leader, was passionate about cooking. He authored a cookbook with recipes, some of which remain popular in Italy today, such as puttanesca sauce. In 1816, Indonesia's Mount Tambora erupted with such intensity that it caused a year without summer. Ashes blocked sunlight, affecting global crops and triggering widespread famine. In the 18th century, a Russian peasant known as Fyodor Vasiliev's wife reportedly gave birth to 69 children in 27 labors. Although the record is debated, it's considered one of the most extreme documented fertility cases. In the Battle of Zama, 202 BC, the Romans intoxicated the elephants of the Carthaginian army to make them lose control. This strategy helped Rome defeat the famous General Hannibal. Benito Mussolini, before becoming a dictator, wrote romantic novels under the pseudonym Vero Eretico. His books, filled with passion and drama, were published in popular magazines, revealing an unexpected side of his personality. In the 16th century, Queen Catherine de' Medici fainted fatally during a gala due to a corset so tight it restricted her breathing. Her death led to questioning the extremes of fashion. In 1588, the English fleet defeated the Spanish Armada because a miscalibrated clock delayed the Spanish ships. This mistake allowed the English to regroup and change the course of European history. In 1930, the Inuit village of Angakuni in Canada was found completely deserted. There were no signs of struggle or clues about the inhabitants' fate. To this day, it remains an unsolved mystery. In 1512, a French soldier named Bayard defended a bridge against an entire army of 200 men. With his bravery and strategy, he held his position until reinforcements arrived. The Tambora eruption in 1816 caused unusual weather in Europe, trapping Mary Shelley in Switzerland. During this dark, stormy period, she wrote the story of Frankenstein. In 1325, the Italian cities of Modena and Bologna fought a war after Modenese soldiers stole a simple wooden bucket from a well. This absurd conflict lasted 12 years. Violet Jessup was a stewardess who survived the Titanic's sinking in 1912 and later the disaster of its twin ship, the HMHS Britannic, in 1916. She was nicknamed Miss Unsinkable for her incredible luck. The Navajo language was used as a code by the Allies in World War II. Its complexity and lack of written form made it impossible for enemies to decipher, contributing to the Allied victory. The Arkadiko Bridge in Greece, built around 1300 BC, is still in use today. Constructed with Cyclopean masonry techniques, it showcases the advanced engineering of the Mycenaean civilization. The SS Baichimo was abandoned in 1931 due to extreme weather but continued drifting through the Arctic for decades, spotted by ships and explorers until it mysteriously disappeared.